My daughters are far too mean to each other. My daughters are monsters. They treat me like I'm stupid. My daughters pick on me. I've always tried to be more of a mom than a friend.
I 100% do not agree that you try to be the mom. I'm sorry. I have said that it is like having a conversation with a teenager.
I might have a horrible personality and I just don't know it, you know? Maybe I don't know who I am. My daughters all have just a little bit of whatever it is that I don't like about me. Brandi, control. Wendi, introvert. Laci's wild. And then Tahni's cold. I am defensive when they criticize me.
And you guys ignore me to the point of making me feel like I want to be in tears and go home. You don't hear anything else that I say except for the bad things. I'm done.
I've called my children evil. When I was a young mom, I partied a lot for sure. I chose partying over being a mom lots of times. I spent a lot of time really depressed and in my room. I was not a great mom. And I just wasn't emotionally and mentally invested the way I should have been. I'm not as mature as some people my age. I will tend to run away when things aren't going my way emotionally. I'm sure my kids probably felt abandoned and betrayed. I prioritized men above my daughters. I have put men in front of my daughters. Yeah, I'm super guilty of it. And do you know how horrible it feels to fail at the one basic thing that most people succeed at? Being a mom.
Having a man relationship is not a basic thing, Mom.
I've already admitted that I do these horrible things. I still do. That old notion that if you're not happy, then your children aren't going to be happy. So in order to make my kids happy, I just thought that I had to be happy first. I've admitted wrongdoing to my daughters a million times. They know how guilty I feel.
You say they're monsters.
Not all the time. They're very wonderful, generous, loving women all the time, except for when it comes to each other and myself.
Yeah. When they're monsters, what is it that makes them monstrous?
I just think that they don't treat each other very well at all. They don't listen to what each other really has to say. They don't really listen to what I have to say. They talk over each other. They've done some pretty bad things to each other lately that really disturb me.
Yeah. Well, you refer to them as mean girls, spawns of Satan, ungrateful brats, monsters, piece of crap, demon devil children.
I will own every one of those except for piece of crap. Okay. That's not something that I would. Well, I don't know.
Tahni?
Okay, if I did, then I apologize because that one seems worse than the other ones to me for some reason. I don't know, but
Demon devil child, you're okay with.
Well, because to me that's just silly. They know I don't mean that kind of stuff.
Everything's a joke, exactly.
I know. I'm sorry. I am guilty of just not taking a lot of things like that seriously. It's like when you always tell people I'm going to kill you, you know, sort of thing.
You say you've not been a good mother.
The minute that I had a child, I should have just put them first. That's what you do once you have a child.
And you learned that when?
Pretty much about halfway through my life, but trying to get to that point of starting over, that's where I lose it. And I just don't know how to get to the kind of person that I should have been before, you know, you make bad decisions, I guess. The kind of mom that I think that you should be.
You have every chance to make the right choices.
But
you know, I feel like we get along great
until you get involved. Or I wouldn't be here.
I feel like we have a great relationship as sisters. I mean, do we bicker? Yeah, absolutely. I think families do. And it's like, and
you guys
when you
think
get
you have
involved,
a good relationship
it becomes
with
drama.
Some issues, but I mean,
recent issues. Before that, though, it was.
And I get along with everybody.
We've had many long periods of time where they don't speak to each other or me.
But you don't even know
Tons
because
of
you
time.
can't
What do
have
you
a
mean?
serious conversation to know what you're even.
I do know. Once you guys get too carried away, I do check out. I am guilty of that. I can only go so far with the stress.
as soon as any of us
because
mention another name, she's like, nope, I'm done, and hangs up the phone.
A lot of kids resent their parents. But I just see them getting worse instead of getting better. I think your relationships with each other have gotten worse, not better. So it worries me, and I think our relationships together, mine with you girls, has gotten worse as well. And I'm at my wit's end.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.